Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. And as usual, we start off with Euro USD, and we've had a pullback onto structure, and there's two bits of structure here. So firstly, it is the swing high here, and if you just fine tune that, just get it exactly on. There we go. So firstly, it's onto the swing high here, which is this fractal, and then we have the triangle. Okay, didn't quite get to the trend line of the triangle, but it is a retest of that nevertheless. Ultimately, we're back in this range. Now, this is kind of the area I suspect we're going to play around in for the next 2 days. We have non-farm payrolls tomorrow, so you can expect this thing to just bounce around and move sideways until that bit of data comes out. So as I said yesterday, trend is up, would be a good buying opportunity on a pullback, and you can see there is a micro level here, right there. See all these tails. So that was the zone, pin bar, inside bar, and also a gap down onto that pin bar. So grouping of the oscillators, perfect entry. Sort of mid-session yesterday, I think that was. I'll tell you now. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it was 5 o'clock USA time. Oh, sorry, 5 o'clock my time, which is a good hour and a half. Yeah, so it's an hour and a half into the session yesterday. Anyway, what we'd be expecting is sideways price action, so not really keen on this for the next 2 days. But if you are looking to buy into this, this to me is a confirmation. It's on a higher time frame as well, and it's also on a daily. You can see the only thing is it's formed an inside bar on the daily. Nevertheless, it is a potential opportunity for us to buy into. You want to be buying off support, so the only support you're going to find, unfortunately, is going to be this gap. So it's either at 0.98897 or it is back here at 0.98545. So that's kind of the view that we've got at the moment. Looking for a continuation up to, I doubt we'll get above 1 in actual fact, so I just put this level in here just to protect yourself right here. So that is 99600. So I doubt we'll get above that until Friday. So non-farm payrolls is going to put this in a range in between those levels that I've given you now. Moving on to US dollar Japanese yen, even worse here. We've been ranging for a week and a half, well, almost 2 weeks now. But we do have diversions inside this range as well. You can see here it is here, and price making lows. Or sorry, price making highs, oscillator making lows. So that is continuation diversion. So we are ranging, can go anyway. Let's just take this here. I want to see how many bars this is at the moment. 21 bars. So normally if it ranges less than 20 bars, then you've got a higher probability of it going with a trend. So at the moment, it's anyone's guess. And if you look at that, that's sort of coin toss territory. So for me, I'll stay out of it until we start clearing 144.914, or we start dropping below 144.257. That's kind of the view I've got. At the moment, moving averages are flat. We are stuck in the middle of this range, and I don't see that changing until next week, to be honest. Moving on to British pound Japanese yen, we had a channel which I gave you yesterday. We had a solid breakout of the channel, and moving averages all over the place. Oscillators have grouped the upside, so it was potentially something we had to pay attention to. But if you drop down to the hour, it would be very difficult to pick this up, as we looked like we were going to be running inside that channel. So yeah, looked like a pretty decent opportunity to run to the top of the channel. Didn't materialize. We've broken out. We've come back, and we are now testing this area of 164.509. Look at the oscillators here. I suspect we are probably going to see either sideways here as well, or alternatively we're going to drop to the downside. There's not enough structure here for me to start shorting, so this is another one where we'll be sitting on the sides. But looking at what's going on here, if you have the time on your hands, get down to a 15-minute, wait for the first 7 hours, or the first 7 hours of trading to complete, draw a line on the top and draw a line on the bottom, and that would be your range, London breakout strategy, and you're going to trade it whichever way you want to. But when you look at the 15-minute, look at this, above the moving averages, below the moving averages, above the moving averages. This is an indication that we are confused. So no intention of getting involved in that either. Moving on to Euro British Pound, a couple of things going on here. So firstly, we had all this chaos last week, and remember that just based on the new president announcing a tax plan, and then they backtracked on the tax plan, kind of over here. So, well, obviously there was news of the backtrack up here already because people were selling, looking for pound strength, and then it was announced late last week that they're backtracking on it. Anyway, we're back in this area here, and these levels are 0.87582, ignore the middle level, and 0.86778. Look at our oscillators, they have bounced off the bottom, but it looks very suspect, this move, the way they've separated like that. This also looks like a bit of a flag. So I'll get to that now in the hour. So there's our flag. If we just put a channel on here. Not perfect, but I think you get my drift. That is our flag. We're in amongst the moving averages. So I would expect either a move up to come and test this area. If we reject 0.87582, then there's a strong possibility that this flag is going to play out. So that's going to give you sort of a 300-point stop loss, between 300 and 400 point stop loss. I would wait for price action on this level. You can see yesterday we got there, but it was candles closed above it, so it's null and void in my opinion. But you could argue that that level was tested, which is also very possible. Nevertheless, this is still the area I would be paying attention to. So any kind of price action off 0.87582 is going to provide an opportunity to the downside. The other alternative would be a close below 0.87116 and a retest of this area that should validate this flag. Now, I just want to highlight this on the 3-hour. You can see we've got a moving average crossover below the 155 here. Crossover of the oscillators, so everything here is leaning towards a breakout of this zone to the downside, so pay very close attention to this. Another way of looking at it is if you get that price action, doesn't matter where it is, looking for a smaller position size, and for example 1,000-point stop loss by getting above this structure here, and that's something else that you do need to look at. There it is. So you can see it's almost a triangle that is forming. Anyway, that's kind of my view today for Forex. Those are the levels that I'd be watching on this pair. That's probably the only pair that I see some opportunities on. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.